Hey everybody, it's James from Shoot to Kill Outdoors again, and today I wanted to make a video on 22 shorts. I've been looking all over YouTube. I can't find a few videos that I like, I enjoy watching, because I want to know what's the smallest rimfire bullet I can use, to hunt with or target practice that's going to be real super quiet, because I live in a neighborhood, but it's out in the country, and I don't want to disturb my neighbors. You don't want to get your neighbors mad at you. So today I have actually two 22 bullets purchased that I want to show you guys. Now this is the big brick that I bought the other day. It's called CCI 22 shorts, CB actually, CB 22 shorts. And they're lead round noses, so they're not really a hunting round, but you can use them as a hunting round. They shoot at 710 feet per second, so that's not too bad. It doesn't break the sound barrier or anything. That's what these are made for. It says subsonic right here on the box, right there. It says subsonic and low noise. So, and basically, I found out that you could shoot a short through any long rifle barrel. The only problem with that is though, depending on what kind of gun it is, if it's bolt action or if it's tubular fed magazine, stuff like that can play a factor. They won't feed, put it that way. Because I've shot these out of my Model 60, but it's my Marlin Model 60, but it's basically a single shot. That's all it is. You gotta put it in the gun, put it in the chamber, close the bolt, and then they won't even feed through, so the bolt won't even eject the casing of the 22 short. So that's just a little reminder for you if you're going to do that. Now, if you have a single shot, it doesn't really matter, because most single shots shoot these, and no problem, they'll eject. So, like on my gun, my Marlin Model 60, they'll eject, but I have to manually open the bolt. So, it's just whatever you want to do. If you like shooting stuff that's real super quiet, like if some people say, like, I'm a big squirrel hunter. I like to shoot, I like to go out and hunt squirrels with all my guns that I have that rimfire. And some say that quieter bullets are better because you can get more opportunities of, harvesting more squirrels. But, I've seen, shooting my, I've shot federal lightnings the other day, and I've seen 5 or 6 squirrels. I don't know if it really matters or just the place I was hunting at had abundance of squirrels, but I'm going to show you the other box here. Here's another common 22 short. It's called the Remington Golden Bullet. 22 Golden Bullet. Now these are high velocity shorts. These have a little crack to them, but these are plated round nose bullets. I could show you little picture of each here, or a little demonstration of each. Now the Remingtons have like a little gold plating around them. It's kind of funny. They look like the box says, a golden bullet. If you guys can see that here, kind of goldish looking, like a metallic paint on them. And these are real super small. Just so you guys know, if you're not familiar with the 22 rimfire cartridges, these are almost half the size of a 22 long rifle. They're a little bit bigger than half, but you can get my point. And these shoot at, actually it doesn't say how much these shoot at. I can't believe it. That's weird. But for high velocity, they have to shoot over 1,000 feet per second. So they have a little crack to them, but I don't think the neighbors will be that mad at me if I shoot a few, because I'm going to try to do a test for you guys today on how accurate each of these are. I'll show you these too, how accurate these shorts are, and how much penetration. Like, I have a phone book out in the backyard right now that's got a target on it. I'm going to see how accurate each of these are, and I'm going to see how far they penetrated in the phone book, because that phone book, some even high velocity rounds can't even penetrate that. So we're just going to see how much penetration, how accurate these are. So stay tuned. Alright guys, here's the test weapon. Old Marlin 39. lever action, shoots the shorts, longs, and long rifle. So we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up. I'm going to put 5 shots in there. I'm going to do a 5-shot group. See how accurate these are shooting. I tried my other gun with the bipod, single shot Rossi, but the for some reason they weren't shooting, they weren't hitting the target. So that's can't do a failure on YouTube. So I'm gonna try this. Now this is open sights, nothing modified or anything like that, just a regular stock old gun. So we'll see how good she shoots here. And I'll call out when I'm going to shoot, test fire. So we're going to put you around here on the target. Now that's about 20 yards away, I'd say, 60 feet. As you can see there a little bit, if I quit messing with the camera, there's the target with the phone book. Now I'm going to do a 5-shot group and see how accurate these are and see how much penetration they have. And this is the CCI shorts, the CB 22 shorts by CCI. Shoots 710 feet per second. So test fire 1. I'm going to get over here. Test fire 1. Alright, that's a hit. Let's do a test fire 2. Test fire 2 complete. Test fire 3. I don't know if you guys can hear these, but they're not that loud. They sound like a pellet gun, basically. Test fire 3 on way. Test fire 4. Test fire 5. That's it. So we'll go down here and take a look at this. Actually, if I can zoom in on the camera here, I can show you what they look like. Alright, now that's at 20 yards. Alright. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go down there and get it. I'll bring it back and show you guys the penetration. So I come to an assumption that the group on this book is 2 inches, basically, right there. I did get a bullseye, and there's one right here, there's one right there, there's one right there, one right there. And there's an extreme flyer way over here. I hate calling them flyers, but just I guess just a bullet that didn't get seated right or something happened. But I'm going to take this apart and see how far they went in the phone book. So I pulled one out about an inch deep in. They're still going in. So right there, about an inch and a half. If you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. There's the bullet. There's one of them I found. Look how much I found it on that page too. So that's about an inch and a half depth. So I'm gonna go get a ruler actually just to measure for you guys. Alright, so got the ruler here. So 1.25 inch penetration on this phone book. Just from a 710 feet per second, 22 short. We still got some more. That was the third bullet. There's still more in here. 2 went all the way in the back here. Alright, I found one more. Let's see how far this went in. That's 1.5 inches exact. That's the fourth one. We're going to look for the fifth one, which is still down in here. Down there. See what the other one's at. There it is right there. You guys can barely see it there. There it is, right there. It's kind of deformed. You can't see it. Right there. That's how far it went in. So that was just from the CB shorts from the CCI. Now I'm gonna measure this one. It might be farther in than the rest of them. So I'm gonna pull that out. And I'll go get another target so we can do these Remingtons. And that one was only in 1 1/4 inches. So roughly in between, penetration wise for these bullets, was 1.5 inches. That was the most deepest penetration to 1 inch. So roughly 1 1/4 inch penetration, something like that, average. Now we're going to go get the another target here. Just so you guys know, I'm going to measure these. I'm going to measure the target with the ruler now that I got it out, just to see how much it's shooting. I mean, how big the group is. Because I mean, it could be different too, depending on the gun. I'm not saying lever action probably why, but it could be different for different guns. Some guns are more accurate with different ammunition. Like, my 17 loves the CCI TNT bullets from CCI that are 17 grain. One of my Model 60s that I have loves the Federal Lightning. So we'll see. Now, the reason why I'm taping this on the ground here, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's because I don't want it to open up. I don't want the bullets to fall out. Alright, so we're going to go set up the target again. Before I do that, though, I'm going to measure this group. Looks about a 2 1/8 inch group at 20 yards. But there could be a lot of factors in that too, wind and the rifle itself, and some, you know, ammunition at some point, but that's just a little idea of what they're shooting out of this gun, the Marlin Model 39. Alright, I'm going to go down here and set the target up again. We'll do the Remingtons, the Golden Bullet 22 shorts. Alright, I'm going to get 5 Remingtons, Golden Bullet 22 shorts here, and load it up. And just remember, these are the plated round nose, golden looking color. So we're going to do test fire 1. Test fire 1. Alright, that was test 1, test 2. Test 3. Let's do test 4. That's test 4. Test 5, last round. See how accurate these are. Alright, let's go down here and take a look. You guys can already see a little bit of it, but where they're shooting at, so I'm going to go down there and grab it. I think these went all the way through the phone book. That's alright, because it's going to hit that target. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the target here. You can probably already see it down there, but I'll show you what it looks like over here. Alright, so we got some about the same, looks like about the same group, just shooting a little bit to the left if you ask me. I'm going to measure it here. If we're not including the flyer, the grouping is about 2 3/8 inch group at 20 yards for short. And these are the high velocity rounds, so I think they went through the book, which is kind of weird, but I guess it happens. So there you have it. The Remington Golden Bullet went all the way through this phone book, and I'm going to measure this phone book for you. This phone book is an inch and 3/4. Inch and 3/4 of nothing but tree or paper, but tree, if you get what I'm saying. And those bullets went all the way through. Not too bad, not too bad. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed doing the test. I hope the neighbors didn't enjoy it, but that's alright. They ain't said nothing yet. Plus I'm doing it when everybody's at work, so like I said before, be careful and be safe. And like I did that testing right there, make sure you know your background and make sure you don't hit anything or do anything stupid with firearms. That's what makes those stupid firearm laws that, you know, cause everybody to be unhappy with the firearm. So, but this is Shoot to Kill Outdoors, and please rate, subscribe, comment, you know, give us some feedback. Enjoyed doing this test for you guys. If I don't have very many subscribers, but if anybody comes up with something that I haven't done yet, let me know. I mean, I haven't done a lot of tests or anything like that on film, but give me a holler or hoot and holler and let me know what I can do. Something has to be quiet though, or I can go out to a farm and do some shooting. But everybody take care and be safe.